Hey gang, it's Jay from JTech and welcome to another JTech video. In today's video we're going to be talking about the 2021 mid-range beasts coming from Samsung and Xiaomi. Two Samsung phones, one from Xiaomi. Let's just get into it. So before I start this video guys, quick reminder, I will be doing a JTech Q&A very soon. If you'd like to ask questions about the channel, about technology, about anything ranging from phones to tablets, to computers, to consoles, anything to do with technology or anything surrounding the channel, hit me up on Twitter at JTech18 or ask a question down below. I'll try to multitask on both ends. If you want to participate and be part of the Q&A, hit me up on Twitter at JTech18. Ask any question. You can DM me or you can literally just mention me in a Twitter and ask any question involving technology and the channel, and you will most likely participate in the first ever JTech Q&A. So let's get into this video. The Galaxy A series of smartphones I've recommended for a very long time on this channel. This year, these phones have just come out to fight. They're really bringing the fight to the much more expensive, much more pricey, premium, high-end smartphones. And Samsung's offering this year in the A52 and the Galaxy A72 are really compelling. These phones come in such a fantastic package that is going to be very enticing for the mid-range customer. And as a huge fan of mid-range phones, these phones, should I say, have really stoked my interest back into the market. The Galaxy A72 and the Galaxy A52 both come with the Snapdragon 720G processor, have 6 and 12 gigabytes of RAM variants, and both come with 128 gigabytes of storage. Now, these phones may sound like very beefy, very generic mid-range smartphones that have a Snapdragon 720 processor running behind them, but as far as I'm concerned, it's the other features that make this phone close to being a flagship phone. This phone comes with a both of these phones come with quad camera setup. They come with a high refresh rate display, both of which come with 90 Hz high refresh rate display, and they both come with an IP rating and USB Type-C quick charge. Now, this may not be much of a surprise when it comes to the Galaxy A series phones, but at this point, when you have a combination of all of those in a mid-range sub $300 price bracket, you have to admit that's a very enticing prospect. Samsung saw massive sales last year from the Galaxy A51, and they decided to go full on with the Galaxy A52 and the Galaxy A72. Both of these phones have very differing screen sizes. The Galaxy A72 obviously has a much larger 6.7-inch 1080p Super AMOLED high refresh rate display, and the Galaxy A52 comes with a much smaller 6.5-inch AMOLED display, both with high refresh rates. And honestly, I really am impressed. Both of these designs draw from the Galaxy S21 Ultra, which is not bad at all. And I just like the color variants that this comes in. It comes in awesome black, awesome blue, awesome white. Just everything about the colors in this phone is so very awesome. Now, I'm someone who complains about the size of phones getting larger and larger as we progress every year. But with these phones, they've always been the larger variants of the Galaxy A series line. Although you can argue that the phones coming out this year, like the Galaxy A12, the A22, the A42, those phones that used to be the much smaller versions are almost the same size as these larger versions. But with the Galaxy A72 and the A52, Samsung are focused on multimedia, and these phones are going to do exceptionally well. These phones were announced a few days ago, and so they'll be in stores possibly by the end of March, early April. I might do a hands-on video. I probably may or may not do a quick hands-on video, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm really impressed by Samsung, and these phones are probably going to be very high sellers around the world, just like last year with the Galaxy A51. So stick around if you want to see more about the Galaxy A52 and the A72 coming up. Now, on the other end of the mid-range spectrum, Xiaomi and their Redmi Note series phones have been highly touted, highly recommended phones over the last 3 or 4 years, and this isn't an exception for the Xiaomi Note 10 Pro. This phone is almost, should I say almost, a flagship phone with the offering it boasts. It beats out the Galaxy A52 and A72 when it comes to the processing power. It comes with a Snapdragon 765G processor, which is the highest end of the mid-range Snapdragon processors, which means it'll be good for gaming and multitasking and everything. Comes with the latest version of MIUI and has an AMOLED display, an IR blaster, a headphone jack. Unlike the other two Samsung phones, unfortunately it doesn't come with an IP rating, but I don't think that will matter much when it comes with these beefy specs. It comes with a 6 and 8 GB RAM variant, 128 gigs of storage, and also has a 5G variant. I'm not going to talk about the 5G variants coming to Zambia because 5G is nowhere close to being a possibility in Zambia, but I'll just talk about the regular Note 10 Pro. And honestly, Xiaomi have come through leaps and bounds. I've really recommended some of their phones in the past, especially in Zambia. They're beginning to build a base. They're beginning to pick up where Huawei left off with the ban. And the Note 10 Pro is no exception to this. As far as I am concerned, this is as good as a flagship as it gets. The Redmi series has pushed Xiaomi towards global recognition. So many of the top reviewers and top tech channels have recommended most of their phones in the past. As a local Zambian YouTuber, I would definitely recommend you to check out Xiaomi phones if you haven't already, because the Note 10 Pro is as good as it gets when it comes to the mid-range section. The fact that it comes with a high refresh rate AMOLED display as well, and all the space, all the storage, and most importantly, a Snapdragon 765G chipset. You cannot go wrong when it comes to the Xiaomi Note 10 Pro. Obviously, size matters, but when you hear the words Note, expect that phone to be a very, very large phone. So honestly, I'm very impressed to see how this phone performs in hand. Hopefully I get to play with this phone in some capacity, because Xiaomi phones aren't as regularly displayed as Samsung, Tecno or Infinix phones are in Zambia. But rest assured, I'll hopefully do more coverage on the Xiaomi Note 10 Pro in the future. So that's the end of this video, guys. What do you think about some of the mid-range phones that are coming out this year? I know this isn't all of the mid-range phones coming out this year. We literally get a bunch of releases in the first quarter of the year coming from Tecno and Infinix and Samsung and Xiaomi and so many others. But these are the phones I really wanted to focus on because mid-range phones are becoming so close to flagship level each and every year, with IP ratings, with high refresh rate displays, with really good image processing. I honestly cannot tell how years from now flagship phones and mid-range phones will separate each other. Yes, you might say camera quality will play in as a factor in what separates a high-end phone from an upper range mid-range phone, but with how good software image processing is, with the fact that you can sideload Gcam onto any mid-range phone right now, safe to say that these mid-range phones pretty damn scary. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And it's been Jay from JTech. Talk to you guys next time.